Moms, what moment made you realize your cute girl might be evil? It started when our third babysitter quit in 2 months. Maya's only 5, blonde curls, gap-toothed smile, looks like a literal angel, but something was off. See, I'm a single mom working 2 jobs just to keep us afloat. Finding reliable childcare feels impossible, and losing babysitters was becoming my worst nightmare. Each time one quit, I'd panic about missing work, disappointing my boss again, maybe losing everything we'd built. First babysitter, Ashley, texted me at 8 p.m., freaking out. "Your daughter says there's a ghost in the basement that gets angry when kids don't get treats." I'm done. I thought she was crazy. Ashley was a psych major, super rational. But there I was at 8:30 p.m., frantically calling my mom to come watch Maya while I questioned everything about my parenting. That night, I sat Maya down about telling scary stories to babysitters. She nodded sweetly, promised to be good, even hugged me extra tight. I felt like such a failure. Was I raising a compulsive liar? Was this my fault for working so much? The guilt was eating me alive. I'd lie awake wondering if other moms dealt with this, or if I was just that bad at this whole thing. Second sitter, Tyler, lasted 3 days. Called me at work saying Maya told him the kitchen ghost throws dishes at people who don't buy ice cream. He actually believed her. Tyler was this tough guy, played college football, but a 5-year-old had him convinced our house was haunted. I had to leave work early again. My manager pulled me aside, warned me about reliability. I went home feeling sick to my stomach, wondering if I was failing at the only job that mattered, being Maya's mom. That evening, I found Maya in her room, quietly coloring. She looked so innocent, so small. I almost cried watching her. How could this sweet little girl be causing so much chaos? I started doubting my own sanity. Maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was projecting my stress onto this situation. Maya would curl up next to me for bedtime stories, and I'd feel this overwhelming love mixed with this creeping fear that something was fundamentally wrong. But what kind of mother suspects her kindergartner of being manipulative? But the third one, Madison, she recorded Maya on her phone. I watched my sweet daughter sitting cross-legged on the couch, dead serious, telling Madison about our attic ghost, named Mr. Whiskers, who only bothers people who say no to dessert. The detail was insane. She described cold spots, weird sounds, even claimed the ghost left ice cream wrappers as warnings. Madison was shaking by the end of it, but watching that video, I saw something in Maya's eyes I'd never noticed before. A calculated coldness that made my blood run cold. This wasn't innocent imagination. This was manipulation. My baby girl was deliberately terrifying adults to get what she wanted. And honestly, part of me was horrified, but another part was almost impressed. The strategy was brilliant. I felt like I was looking at a stranger wearing my daughter's face. That's when it clicked. I checked our freezer, completely stocked with ice cream. 3 different flavors Maya somehow convinced each sitter to buy. Rocky Road, mint chocolate chip, cookies, and cream, each one a peace offering to keep the ghosts happy. I stood there in front of that freezer for probably 10 minutes, just staring. My hands were shaking. This tiny person I'd created, who still asked me to check for monsters under her bed, had been running elaborate cons on college students. The irony wasn't lost on me. She was afraid of imaginary monsters, but had no problem creating them to manipulate others. I confronted her, and she just smiled and said, "Ghosts aren't real, mommy, but scared people buy lots of ice cream. I'm raising a tiny con artist who's been scamming college students out of Ben & Jerry's. She's not even in 1st grade yet."